Hi, everybody. Are you having a great GA? Hi, I'm Barbara Meyers, and this is Michael Sallwasser and Suzanne Fast, and we're here to share with you another way that Unitarian Universalism can be building a new way.
This week, we're launching a new program jointly sponsored by the UUA and Equal Access, a UU organization working to enable the full engagement of people with disabilities in UU communities and the broader society. The full name of the program is Accessibility and Inclusion Ministry, AIM for short.
The AIM program is for congregations seeking to embrace disability as another dimension of human difference. AIM congregations welcome, embrace, integrate, and support people with disabilities and their families.
We gratefully acknowledge the influence of two UUA programs after which this program is patterned, the Welcoming Congregation Program and the Green Sanctuary Program, both of which have helped and supported the development of AIM. Similar to both of its forebears, the true work of AIM is when a congregation engages deeply with what it means to live with a disability in our congregations and in our world.
The AIM program's sacred challenge to congregations is to recognize the humanity and gifts of all people. It honors the importance of religious life in living with disabilities and challenges each and all of us to build faith communities that can be a central source of support and action for all. AIM honors both the inherent worth and dignity of every person and the web that connects us all.
In the early stages of AIM, a congregation conducts an assessment of accessibility and inclusion of people with disabilities in the congregation today. AIM always starts from where you are. Based on your self-assessment, you set priorities for where to focus your efforts. Then the congregation submits an action plan describing worship, workshops, and projects that will help them address their priorities.
Next, the congregation will have that plan reviewed by the AIM Coordinating Committee. Upon approval, they will then implement the plan. When the plan has been implemented, the congregation applies to be recognized as an AIM-certified congregation. The final step: celebrate your achievement.
The rallying cry of the disability rights movement going back to its early days is nothing about us without us. The team a congregation puts together to lead the AIM process is an opportunity to model inclusive leadership.
The intent of the program is to meet each congregation where it is and move it forward at a reasonable pace. Every 3 years, the congregation will conduct a reassessment and report on its progress. Between assessments, continuing to work on other identified priorities may help maintain formal recognition. The process does not grade congregations. It moves the congregation forward based on its unique resources, needs, and abilities.
Making a congregation accessible and inclusive is a continuous process. It is often difficult work involving personal and culture change. And after having put the hearts and spirits of the congregation into completing all the work it can, there will be new challenges ahead.
For the past 4 years, a team of us from Equal Access and the UUA has been working on this program. The three of us, Mark Bernstein, Barbara Sacconi, and a colleague of ours who died last year, Rachel Klein, and our administrators, Lisa Ferris and now Michelle Avery Ferguson. The program asks congregations to address several areas.
Worship services that focus on disability, often having a member of the congregation speak about personally living with a disability, and the importance of a faith community's inclusion.
Accessibility, adding handrails, new signage, printing accessible orders of service, training ushers, installing sound systems, and redesigning websites.
Inclusion, changing attitudes and practices such that people with disabilities are welcomed into full participation in church activities. Actions may involve workshops, revising bylaws, or training RE teachers.
One of the requirements of the program is to have at least one project focusing on disability justice.
There have been 8 field test sites using the program the past 2 years. We have learned a lot, and so have the congregation. Here's a quote from the field test team member, Kate Warner, from Ann Arbor.
I feel I have a chance to make a genuine contribution to the church through my membership on this team. Deciding to be inclusive is often thought of as for the benefit of a special population, but my experience tells me it benefits the whole population.
The program materials are all available on the UUA's website. We invite you and your congregations to find out more about the program and its sacred challenge to live out our faith. You can learn more on the UUA and the Equal Access websites.
Thank you for helping us launch AIM, Accessibility and Inclusion Ministry.
Thank you.